My sister faked a pregnancy to cut me out of Dad's will, so I staged my own death to expose her.
You ever look at someone you've loved your whole life
and realize they've been sharpening a knife with your name on it? That's how I felt the day I found out my sister, Tara, had faked a pregnancy to steal my inheritance. We weren't just sisters. We were best friends, or so I thought. She was the wild one, blonde, bold, always chasing the next high, parties, pills, rich boys with trust funds. I was the quiet one, bookish, loyal, the one who stayed home to care for Dad after Mom died of ovarian cancer when we were 16. For 10 years, I was his nurse, his cook, his emotional anchor. I missed college, gave up dating, slept in his guest room so I could hear him cough at night. Tara, she visited twice a year, on birthdays and Christmas, always, with a new designer bag and a sob story about how hard life is. But when Dad was diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer, everything changed. He called us both into his study one rainy afternoon. His hands shook. His voice was thin like paper about to tear. "I've updated my will," he said. "Equal shares. My girls deserve that." Tara hugged him, tears in her eyes. "Thank you, Daddy." I squeezed his hand. "We'll take care of you. Both of us." But that night, as I was washing his dinner dishes, I overheard Tara on the patio phone. "Don't worry, I'll fix it. He's soft. One sob story and he'll give me everything." I froze, sponge dripping soapy water onto the floor. The next morning, Tara showed up at Dad's hospital room with a hand on her stomach, eyes glistening. "Daddy, I have news." Dad looked up, hopeful. "I'm pregnant," she whispered. "It's a boy." "Your first grandchild." His face lit up like the sun breaking through storm clouds. He hadn't smiled like that in months. 2 days later, his lawyer called me. "Your father has revised his will. 90% to Tara and her unborn heir. 10% to you." I confronted her in the hospital hallway. "You're not pregnant." She laughed, a cold tinkling sound. "Or says who?" "The ultrasound doesn't lie." She pulled out her phone and showed me a grainy image, a black and white blob with a tiny heartbeat line, 12 weeks along. Dr. Lang's office confirmed it. I wanted to believe her. But something felt off. Her stomach was flat. She drank wine at dinner, and she kept scratching her belly like it itched from a rash, not a growing life. Still, I said nothing. Dad was too fragile, too hopeful. If this lie gave him peace in his final days, maybe it was worth it. But then came the real betrayal. The funeral they gave me. 3 weeks after the will change, Dad passed peacefully in his sleep. Tara sobbed at the funeral, loud, dramatic, clutching her stomach like she was carrying his legacy. I stood in the back, numb, watching her accept condolences like she was the only child who mattered. Then, at the reading of the will, the lawyer handed me a check for $87,000, 10% of a $870,000 estate. Tara got the house, the stocks, the vintage Porsche, and a trust fund for her son. As we left the courthouse, she leaned in, perfume cloying, and whispered, "Don't be bitter, Maya. You never wanted kids anyway. Besides," she patted her flat stomach, "blood matters, and you're just the backup." That night, I sat in my tiny apartment, the one I'd lived in since. I was 22 and stared at the ceiling. No savings, no safety net, just a decade of sacrifice, erased by a lie. But then I remembered something Dad once told me. The truth doesn't need to shout. It just needs the right stage. And I knew exactly what to do. The plan. I didn't want money. I wanted justice. I wanted her to feel the shame she'd so casually handed me. So I staged my own death. Not a messy car crash. Not a suspicious overdose. Something clean, tragic, newsworthy. I called in a favor from an old EMT friend, Jessie, who now worked in accident reconstruction. "I need a fake fatality report," I said. "Car versus tree, late night. No witnesses." He frowned. "Maya, this is insane." "It's the only way she'll drop her guard," I said. "She'll think she's won, and when she does, I'll bury her with the truth." He agreed. We chose a remote road outside town. I crashed my old Honda Civic into a tree at 2 a.m. Jessie filed the report. Driver pronounced dead at scene. ID confirmed as Maya Reyes. The next morning, my obituary ran in the local paper. Maya Reyes, 29, devoted daughter and caregiver, tragically lost in a single vehicle accident, survived by her sister Tara Whitmore. Tara posted on Instagram within an hour. "My heart is shattered. My sister was my rock. Rest in peace, angel." Tafana. Photo, her in black, hand on stomach, tears perfectly placed. She even wore my diamond necklace, the one Dad gave me on my 18th birthday, in the picture. That's when I knew she wasn't just greedy, she was performing. The memorial service. I booked a flight to Montreal under a fake name, stayed in a motel, watched the live stream of my own memorial service. The church was packed. Tara stood at the podium in a designer black dress clutching a tissue. She spoke in a trembling voice. Maya was complicated. She gave everything to Dad, but she never learned to let go. She couldn't accept that life moves on. She paused, hand on belly. But I'll honor her by raising my son with the values Daddy loved. Loyalty, grace, and family. The crowd sniffled. Someone clapped. Then she said the words that made my blood boil. She died alone in the dark. But I'll make sure her legacy lives through my child. I turned off the stream, packed my bag, booked a ticket back home, because the next day was Dad's annual memorial luncheon, a tradition he started after Mom died. And this year, Tara had turned it into her victory tour. The walk-in. The luncheon was held at the country club, white tents, champagne, string quartet. Tara held court at the head table, surrounded by Dad's old friends, all cooing over her pregnancy. I waited until dessert was served. Then I walked in, not in black. In white, a simple linen dress, hair down, no makeup. Just me, alive, calm. The music stopped. Glasses froze mid-sip. Tara dropped her fork with a clatter. Her face went from shock to terror to fury. I walked straight to the microphone the DJ had left on stage, tapped it. The testing, 1, 2. Every eye locked on me. Sorry I'm late, I said, voice steady. I was tied up. A nervous laugh rippled through the room. Tara stood, voice shrill. What is this? Some sick joke? No joke, I said. Just truth. I pulled a folder from my bag. 3 months ago, my sister told Dad she was pregnant with his grandchild. She showed him this. I held up a printed ultrasound. Problem is, this image is from a stock photo website. $19.99, includes heartbeat sound effects. Gasps. I called Dr. Lang's office. They have no record of Tara ever being a patient. More murmurs. Then there's this. I played a recording, Tara's voice clear as day. Eat. Once he's gone, I'll say I miscarried. No one will check. And Maya? She's too soft to fight. Silence, thick, suffocating. Tara lunged for the mic. That's edited. She's lying. I turned to the crowd. Ask her to show you her belly. Go on. Ask her why she's not showing at 6 months. Someone did. Tara stammered. I'm petite. Some women don't show. Then why? I said softly. Was she drinking wine at Dad's funeral? Why did she scratch her stomach like it was fake? And why? I stepped closer. Is she wearing my necklace? The one Dad gave me, not her. Her face crumpled. Then I dropped the final bomb. I spoke to Dad's lawyer yesterday. He's filing to reinstate the original will on grounds of fraud. Tara screamed, you can't do that. He's dead. The court can, I said. And they will. The fallout. The next 48 hours were chaos. Tara tried to flee to Europe airport. Security flagged her for suspicious behavior. The country club banned her for life. Dad's friends cut her off. Even her fake baby daddy, a bartender she paid $5,000 to play along, came forward with texts. Just keep saying you're the father. I'll handle the rest. The court ruled in my favor. Lost original will reinstated. Equal shares. Tara had to return the house, the car, the stocks, and the necklace. But the real punishment? No one believes her anymore. Last I heard, she's working as a hostess at a casino in Reno, still telling people she lost her baby and her inheritance to a jealous sister. But here's the beautiful part. Every year on the anniversary of Dad's death, I host the memorial luncheon myself. I invite his friends, his old colleagues.
His favorite nurse.
And I always leave one empty chair at the table. Not for Tara, but for the grandchild he never got to meet. Because 6 months after the luncheon, I found out I was pregnant. Not by design, not by plan. Just life's quiet miracle. I named him Daniel, after Dad. And when he asks about his aunt someday, I'll tell him the truth. Just some people fake love to get what they want. But real love, it shows up, even when you're told you're not enough.